to Guitar Talk with Will Musig.
Feeding me, I wanna thank you, being my girl. I wanna thank you, feeding me, I wanna thank you, feeding me, I wanna thank you, being my girl. Loving me, I wanna thank you. For holding me, I wanna thank you. Being my girl, I wanna thank you. Squeezing me, I wanna thank you. For loving me, I wanna thank you. Being my girl, hold you, feel you, love you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Guitar Talk. Tonight's our first night, and welcome to everybody who's listening in. So we know that we're waiting for a few more people to sign on and listen in. But first, I'd like to begin by saying thanks to everybody who's given us support so far. Before the show, we've got a guest artist tonight who's actually an Australian rock legend, Joey Amenta. Everybody give Joey a round of applause. Yep. And we'll just get Oh, thank you, Pino. That was awesome, mate.
Few people here clapping away.
Before we begin, I thought I'd introduce myself first so that people know who I am and where I come from and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've been in the music industry for over 30 years. I started off in a music shop many years ago in Preston called The Rock House. And there might be some listeners from The Rock House who are listening now. So if you call in tonight, we've actually got a couple of giveaways tonight as well. So if you call in, you will get a giveaway. Anyway, I started off at The Rock House. I went to a place called the Electric Factory. And then after the Electric Factory, I then went off to Brashes. That's going back a long time now. And then following Brashes, I became a rep with a company called Pro Music, who sold Takamine guitars and all that sort of stuff. And then from there, I went to a place called the Music Place in South Melbourne. And then I started my own business called Ready Please Mr. Music. And basically what I do with Matt and a couple of other guys is we repair a whole range of different instruments, being brass and woodwind, guitars, amps, keyboards,
Pianos, anything.
Anything. Yeah, Joey knows. Joey comes in and sees us all the time.
Clarinets, violins.
Yeah. So, and we basically fix that up. Now, if you do want to call tonight, call us on 0412 376 848. That's 0412 376 848. And basically, the purpose of this show is basically to introduce, well, some of our rock legends like Joey and so on. We want to talk some guitar talk as well. So talk is in like things like, yeah, good on you, Joey. things like what sort of gear you're using, why you're using it, and so on. I'm going to get other repairers on deck as well. I'm going to have in the very, very near future, we'll have the Yamuni boys coming in.
The Yamuni clan.
Yeah, Marcel and Joe. So they'll be coming on the show as well. And then from there, I want to also introduce bringing on new talent, as in up-and-coming kids, or even if there's somebody who's in their 20s or whatever, even if you're middle-aged, it doesn't matter. Send in your songs that you've actually recorded. It has to be guitar-based. So, and we'll have all the details on the website, and I'll get Pino to program the website. He doesn't know about that yet. He's giving me a dirty look.
Thanks, Will. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so basically that's the whole aim of the show. I want to introduce this to a lot of school kids so that they've got a place to listen to, and also a place for professional musicians, amateur musicians, whatever type of musician you are. Listen to the show and just tell more and more people. The whole aim of it, it's lighthearted. There's going to be some shows that just you'll sit there and go, what are these guys doing? Because we're just going to, the whole purpose of it is to have fun and have a laugh and basically enjoy life, basically. Anyway, let me go to our guest, Joey Amenta.
That's me. Hello.
That's
Hello,
Joey. Now, Joey.
Congratulations on your first show, Will.
Oh, thanks, mate.
And I'm absolutely ecstatic to be on your first show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, for people who don't know Joe is you were the lead guitarist as well as the singer, weren't you?
Yes, one of the singers.
He's showing off his T-shirt.
Me and Kev were in this band here, that band there.
Yeah. Anyway, the band was called Taste. Now, back in the 80s, they were on Countdown. They were on Rage. And what else were you on?
Oh, God. Hey, it's Saturday.
Other than the stuff you smoke.
Hey, it's Saturday was a morning show that started at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was a cartoon show.
Oh, yeah, Hey.
But actually, Will, if I go back a little bit further, I used to come home from school and watch the boys who were called Cloud 9, and they were on a show on the ABC called Target TV, which was for kids at 4 o'clock. And on this show twice a week, they used to have a resident band, and the boys used to you didn't fly back then, guys. The boys used to drive to Sydney, do the show, do some gigs. And I used to dream about, Cloud 9 was around, Rocksteady. There weren't a lot of bands back then around. You know, there wasn't a big scene. The scene was tiny. I'm going back 1970, 1971. And I used to dream about being one of those guys in that band, Cloud 9. And
you ended up playing with Cloud 9? I ended up
living my dream. Be careful what you wish for, guys.
Yeah, you ended up playing with Cloud 9.
I did.
And then that became Taste.
Yeah, that became Taste. Yeah, we were going to do an ice cream commercial for, I think it was Streets or Peters Ice Cream. And they said, you got to have something in the name, something to do with the name Taste. So we said, that's okay. We'll just call the band Taste. And one day I was reading Rory Gallagher's autobiography, and I went, look, his band was called Taste as well. So there was, we didn't call it Taste because, we didn't get it off Rory Gallagher, as a lot of people think. We just, because of the TV commercial, just called Taste. I still, 45 years on, I still haven't gotten used to the name. It's a weird thing, isn't it?
Taste.
Yeah.
Does it leave a bad taste to you?
I was waiting for that, Pino.
Pino, that coffee was good, man. Didn't leave a bad taste.
That coffee you made was a good taste.
Yeah, I like Cloud 9. I love Cloud 9. But anyway, Taste it is.
Now,
Taste.
Back then when you were in Taste, you were 15.
Just turned 15, Will.
15.
And I was obviously at school, and I was wagging school one day, and I was in a music shop. And a friend of mine, Roger Russian, who's probably watching this, Ken Murdoch walked into the guitar shop, and he started writing out an ad they wanted a guitar player because their guitar player, Tony Faramond, had gone to Western Australia, or was leaving for Western Australia. So Roger goes, Ken, this guy here. It was Joe. I wasn't Joey yet. I hadn't become a kid. I was a little bit grown up and called Joe back then. And Ken said, well, play, and I played this, Will. baby, please don't go. Baby, love you so, baby, please don't go. And he went, oh, yeah. And he rang Michael, who was the elder of the band, who was 17.
Michael
17 and
Dolphini.
a half, yeah. And Michael said, okay. Michael, who owns the Jazz Lab now in Brunswick, he said, yeah, okay, well, can you come to the Moreland Hotel tonight? And we were a few blocks up from the Moreland. I said, yeah, it was a weeknight. I don't know how in God's name old Powell here was going to let me go, but he'd let me go. I went home and asked him, and he let me go. And I went there and I walked in, and there's all these Virgils there, all these road cases and roadies and girls and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, my life has been so boring. This is what, So they came and met Dad. And luckily, Virgil and Michael spoke in Italian to Dad, and he was pretty happy with that. So Willie turned around to me and he said, son, what would you like to do? And I went, Dad, I want to rock. And that was 45 years ago, whatever it is. Yeah.
Now, one of the songs that you actually did was a song that was played a lot on I saw it on it's got a Rage little clip on there.
Yeah.
And I actually shared it on Facebook the other day.
Yeah.
So Pino, can you cue that tune up? The song is actually called Rebecca. And it's by Taste, and it's an awesome, I have to admit, it's an awesome tune.
Have I got that? Was that on the album?
It should have been, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was.
Go Pino.
Doesn't matter. I can
Nah.
play. Oh no, it's on the first album.
Oh, yeah.
It's not on that album.
Sorry, guys.
No,
That's
that's all
okay.
right. I can play it anyway. Rebecca, now you're home again. I'm that's it, all that there is to say.
Yeah.
Rebecca said my voice was very, the jeans were very
Now,
tight.
Was Rebecca
Back in the
about a
70s.
girl that one of the guys was around?
No, I don't think. No, Kenny just wrote a song called Rebecca, and funnily enough, a friend of mine named his daughter Rebecca after the song. But I think Kenny just wrote a. Yeah, Rebecca seemed to sort of fit the thing. So I don't think, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think it was about a Rebecca, an actual Rebecca.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, Will.
So-
Michael DeLuca says, on your boys.
On your Mickey boy. Oh, there's your
Mickey.
guitar. This is Michael.
Now,
Michael
speaking
DeLuca's
of, we'll get to the guitars and stuff later on. But now, after you played with you were playing with Taste, then you moved to playing with Moving Pictures.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I played in a Geelong band, Will, called Red House Roll Band, which had the what I call the greatest guitar player in Australia, a guy called John Delamore, who you've probably met at the shop, JD.
Yep.
And he taught me a lot. And then after that, I sort of moved on from there.
Cool. And you also played with Russell Morris.
Yes, played with Russell
Yeah.
for 5 years.
You still do gigs with Russell from time to time, don't you?
Yeah.
And in Daryl Cotton.
Daryl Cotton for 4 years.
Yeah. And then Wendy and the Rockets.
Yes, we formed Wendy and took it all around the world, which was there weren't a lot of bands doing that back in those days.
Yeah.
But,
And then you also played with Dear Enemy.
yes, I played with Dear Enemy for a while, Uncanny X-Men, Moving
Yeah.
Pictures for a little while.
Yeah. So, and back in the 80s, you were classified the hired gun.
The Hired Gun, Will.
Yeah?
Yep, back in the 80s, I was the Hired Gun.
Wow.
Hello.
Hi, Liz. How
Hello,
you going?
Liz.
Liz is saying hello to us.
Ciao,
Liz is going to have her show starting very soon as well. Pino, when's that starting? The exact date?
That is correct, Will. I'm trying to put the serious voice on. Trying to sound like John Blackman.
Yeah.
Mr. Will.
Oh, I forgot to bring the hat.
The little Dickie knee. Yes, we have on the mic on the 17th of April at 8 p.m. on this station right now where you're sitting.
Yes.
We will have
Liz is gonna be
on the mic hosted by the Vocal Art Studios.
Awesome.
beautiful.
So it's
Yep.
going to be fantastic, and we're all
That's
looking
great.
forward to it.
Great. And Liz is
Beautiful.
going to do some amazing things with that. So,
Yeah, April 17th, 8 p.m.
yeah. Awesome.
1 month away.
Yeah. So now, with regard, let's talk about some guitar talk, right? So,
Yeah, well,
guitars and stuff that you've used over the years. So you've used Les Pauls and Gibsons and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was back in the early days of
Yeah.
like the taste years
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
yeah.
So that's when you were like a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
and then you moved into Strats.
Yes.
Now, the Gibson and the Strat are totally different.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, well, I had the Les Paul. The reason I got the Les Paul, Dad had bought me a 70s Strat with a big headstock, and that was a bit uncomfortable, and I plugged it in. I joined the guys and plugged it into the Marshalls, and it sounded a bit tinny.
Yep.
So they said, all right, tomorrow we're going to go to Carrum, to Chelsea, wherever, to Merv Cargill's, out Frankston way. So we went to Merv's, and we swapped the Strat for a Les Paul. So it just, he opened a case and he went,
Now,
how's
there's
that?
a legend of repairers.
Yeah, Merv Cargill.
Wow.
Sorry, can I just butt in there?
Yeah, you can.
Since I'm a drummer,
Yeah.
what's the difference to a Strat to a Les Paul?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
seriously, I don't
Okay.
know.
All right. A Les Paul looks like,
The Les Paul's got
well, I don't know if you can see it up on the back
Yeah,
wall.
behind me
Yeah,
there, just there.
that's a Les Paul. So Les Paul is like the Ace Frehley sort of look,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
The Strat is like the Eric Clapton look.
Yeah, but it's all in the
It's all in the pickups.
Thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got what happens is with the Les Paul, you got two magnets, and they're really good for counselling hum. Two
Yeah,
magnets.
they're called
together.
humbuckers.
Now
Humbuckers.
this you'll hear. Yeah, now this is like an overgrown Strat. It's a single pole, single coil. Single coil or single pole means one magnet,
Right.
and it attracts noise. Watch. At the moment, I've got it on both, so it's acting as a humbucker. The moment I switch it to single coil, this happens.
Oh,
And that's usually what happens with Strats.
And that's what happens with Strats.
and I always thought that
Well,
was
the older
I always-
Strats.
I always thought that was an earthing problem in the PowerPoint.
No,
No.
it's a thing in the magnet.
Okay.
But Pino, the beauty of this is the sound.
Yeah.
So a lot of people they don't care about that because they've got a certain sound.
It's got a nice, it's like a loose sort of
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
warm.
Yeah.
Okay, don't mind me, guys.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to ask. I
Yeah.
never knew the difference.
Yeah.
Well, now
yeah,
you
that's
know.
a mate. So
Yeah.
I got the
Hey, but
yeah.
then again, it was probably someone out there that probably didn't know the difference either.
So, but Will, I got
Yeah.
the Les Paul. I just wanted to say this is the funny thing, and I got the Les Paul, and then when I played with Russell, he had an old Strat, and I fell in love with it, and then I found my old pink Strat that I just bought back recently after 27 years. I found that, so then I traded in my Les Paul, and I started playing Strats for years and years and years through Wendy and the Rockets and moving pictures, and I played Strats. But, you know, if you want to go to, all I play now is Delm guitars because they just any other guitar that I've got a brand new Firebird that I just bought, a nice blue Pelham blue Firebird, and my old Strat, and the Delms I just prefer the Delms.
So was it the feel that made you go to Delm, or was it the sound? What the whole
sound.
thing?
The feel, I'm pretty cool with feel. I can sort of get used to any sort of guitar, but the sound, just because Mick winds his own pickups.
Yeah.
So a lot of the other guitars are just you buy the pickups over the shelf
And you whack them in.
and you whack them in as you do on a lot of guitars
Yeah.
for customers.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but yeah, he winds his own pickups. So I don't know if there's, it's like a Stradivarius violin. They pulled a Stradivarius violin apart and studied it, and they can't find and they've narrowed it down to the lacquer that he used, and they don't know what's in that formula of that lacquer, and they reckon that might be the reason why Stradivarius has got that sound. But Mick, I don't know what he does because obviously I'm not a technical pickup maker, but I've watched him do it, and it's amazing on this handmade machine that he made, and they've just got this presence.
We have a phone call,
We've got
guys.
a phone call coming in.
A phone call.
Hello, you're on Guitar Talk. Who's that?
It's Rick here.
Hey, sorry, you broke up. Who's that again?
Hang on. Yeah, it's Rick here.
Rick, how you doing, Rick?
Good, mate. Good.
That's good. Do you have a question for Joey?
Yeah, I just like his guitar. I just say hi, Joey.
Hi, Rick. How are you, mate?
Good, mate.
Yeah, it's a nice looking guitar. I have to admit, even the finish on it is amazing.
Yes,
So-
I brought one myself from
I know.
the builder, and they're fantastic.
I thought it was you, Rick. Yeah, Rick just bought one. Rick's a friend of ours. You cheeky little bugger, Rick.
Don't you start laughing, Joey. You be serious about this.
Yes, it must be serious. Rick just bought one because he's got. Oh man, how many guitars have you got, Rick? Probably 30.
It's about 22, I think.
But he bought one. He had to buy one because They're just so good, aren't they?
I mean, I was going to bring this out later in the show, but we're actually got Mick DeLuca coming next week.
Oh, that's great.
There's a little surprise for you, Joey.
Awesome.
So, we're going to have Mick on the show, and he's going to talk about his guitars and how he manufactures them, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, good.
Which is going to be awesome, I think.
Can I come?
Hey, great show, guys. I'll let you get back to it.
Thanks, Rick.
Now.
See you, mate.
See you,
Thanks
Mr.
for calling.
Evans.
Hey, by the way,
See
Rick.
you, yes, mate.
You live in the western suburbs?
Yes, I live just down the road from the builder of that guitar.
Yes,
really?
In Thornbury, Reservoir.
Okay.
Rick's in Preston, Rick?
Preston, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and,
Rick.
And you know, sorry, Will.
Go on.
Rick, it does all the sound for the project.
Oh,
You know the
okay.
project?
Yeah,
Charlie?
yeah.
Yeah, well, he operates he's the sound operator on all
Hey,
that
Rick,
stuff.
what gauge strings do you use?
On guitar,
Yeah, on your guitar.
oh, it's just mediums, probably.
10 to 46s?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, all right, cool. You got a packet of 10 to 46s?
Grouse.
Oh, wow, great, man. Thanks.
Beautiful. I'll bring him home with me, Rick.
10 to 46s
All right.
for you. I'll give them to Joey. You can grab them off Joey. Right?
Perfect. Thank you.
And they are actually supplied to us tonight by GH Music over in Flemington.
I used to work at Billy Hyde's and know Gary very well.
Well, yeah. Well, for people who don't know, GH actually stands for Gary Hyde. But
Gary Hyde.
there's a long story behind why he can't use the Hyde name.
Yeah.
But so free packet of strings for you from GH Music. So
Cool. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much.
And breakfast
welcome.
coming up soon, Rick.
Yes, it's my shout. No, it's your shout next time.
All right, see you, brother.
See you, mate. And I
See
want to
you.
ride in that Mustang.
Yes, see you, Rickos.
You should
Bye,
check out the
guys.
Ramsey boat.
Yeah, the Ramsey boat. Oh, man. See you, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
see you, Rick.
Oh, the Ramsey boat. Pino's got a boat that only 7 of them were made, and I've fallen in love with it out there. It's got a 350 shed in it. Stop.
That's funny. Okay, we're actually going to go to a commercial. So here we go. I don't know what Pino's going to call up. So here we go.
It's a commercial.
Are you tired of having rehearsals with your instrument letting you down? Do you have the guys in the band telling you that you're out of tune and you know it's not you? Does your child need their instrument serviced, ready for school and music lessons? Then come on down to Ready Please Mr. Music, located at GH Music, 100 Mount Alexander Road, Flemington. Specialist musical instrument repairs with 30 years experience for brass and woodwind, guitars and all stringed instruments, drums and hardware. In our custom workshop, we cater from minor adjustments through to breaks and restorations. Why not come in and check us out? For more info, check our website. It's Mr. Music, that's MRMUSIG.com. Or drop by Mr. Music and say hello. We're at GH Music, 100 Mount Alexander Road, Flemington. Music, spelt with a G. Remember, Mr. Music with a G.
That was kind of a bit biased. That was my commercial.
That's okay. It's all right.
Yeah. So anyway, Joey, what's happening currently with your music and stuff?
Well, Will, you know, this is the first interview ever that I'm so busy that it's the first interview that I've ever had to write something down on paper. I prepare for nothing in my life.
I know.
And kids, today, I sat down and I prepared. Well, let me tell you, this is what I'm doing, Will. Are you ready for this? I'm playing in my current cover band. Our current cover band is called the George Trimmer Band, as you know.
Yeah, I've seen that. Great band.
Yeah, George Trimmer. He's old Georgie boy. He's a great singer, great front man. And we've got Anthony Punchatori Punch on drums. He also plays with Rob Williams, fills in for Pete McDonald, Robbie Williams show.
Yep.
And Chris Smith is a great bass player and a friend. I've got to try and do this fast because there's so much. Chris Smith is a good friend of Rick Evans, who just rang. Chris Smith and I were in the Fabs, heaps of bands. He plays in Gypsy, the Fleetwood Mac cover band as well. A busy boys.
Oh, with Penny Perrin.
Yes, we're very busy.
She used to be the singer of one of my funk bands years ago.
I don't think she's in it anymore.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I think, anyway. And I also do I'm in an awesome duo called the Two Chord Screamers. And that's got a guy called Harry Nanos, who is a multi-award winning guys. He's got a studio in Mansfield called Hideaway Studios, and he's probably done over 100 CDs for different various artists. Eric Banner, a lot of football guys, a lot of country. He was in a well-known country band called Crackerjack. They did like 11 CDs. They were pretty big in Tamworth for like 10 years running. I'm also in another band called No Baggage with a great singer, Fabian, and a fantastic singer, Kate Johnson. I'm so lucky, Will, because I get to play with these amazing drummers. And No Baggage has got a great bass player called Phil Northey. He's a fantastic bass player and a great bloke, and a great drummer who plays with old Jeb that used to work, little Jeb Cardwell that used to work at GH. And his name's Tim Burnman. He's a great drummer. Now, I'm nearly there, halfway through, but nearly there.
Sorry, Joey.
Yeah.
Penny, did you mention Penny?
Penny Perrin.
Yeah, she's in Tusk.
Not Gypsy. Yeah, Gypsy's.
Okay.
Gypsy's Peter.
Yeah.
Like Peter.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I've also formed. Good on you, Pete. I've also forming a jazz band with Michael Tortoni of Bennett's Lane fame, who now owns the Jazz Lab in Brunswick, and that's got an amazing drummer in it called Anthony Baker, who is he's just awesome, and a beautiful young girl singer called Daniela Rosa, and an incredible sax player called Dave Rex, who was
Dave Rex is awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, who's a mate of Gary's. Yeah.
Yep, Gary Delio.
Okay, so I'm nearly there, and I've got my band with my mate Paul Dacos on bass, and Jeff Picky on drums. And that's right, listeners. Paul Dacos is Peter Dacos's cousin, yes, of Collingwood fame.
I was going to ask that.
For all of you, yeah. And also, I just want to mention Vince Donato, who is just a fantastic guy. He owns Laneway Records, and he distributes all my stuff. And he does a lot for the evergreen artists in the country.
So he's doing a lot of stuff for the new stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
So he's behind the new stuff that you released.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he puts it all on that YouTube and all that sort of stuff that I don't know how to do
Okay.
because I'm so old school, man.
So is he also behind the website Taste Music?
No, that's for my own original stuff.
That's your own stuff?
Yeah, my own stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Taste has got management in Sydney. A lady called Lauda, you'll love the name, she's a beautiful lady, Lauda Omasaya is Taste manager.
What a cool name.
Yeah, cool name, huh? Lauda Omasaya.
Yeah.
And that's, and as you know, Will, aside from that, I've got about 100,000 million students.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it today, and I absolutely...
Because you teach at home.
I teach at home.
And you also teach at GH.
At GH as well.
Yeah.
And
that's why I know Joe, because every Monday, Tuesday,
I go in and annoy
Thursday, it's like the Joey time.
So Will's
the things we do for free strings.
Oh man, I'll tell you. So Will will be repairing stuff there at the shop, and I'll walk in and annoy him as I do.
Hey, Will, by the way, we've got a comment saying that the shiny head is a lot improved since last time you're on the show.
I'm gonna put makeup on it. Seriously.
A cap, Will.
We've got to get
Just
a cap.
Grab a cap off Pino.
I can give you a Drum Talk radio cap.
Yeah.
No, but that's Drum Talk. We've got to get. We'll get our own caps and then.
I want to get.
Well, we need to get sponsors first.
Yeah, we'll organise that.
Yeah. So there you go. So students, I was just going to say, Will, I think I found my calling in teaching because I love teaching, big time. I just love watching these kids grow as kids, and also grow with the instrument is a beautiful thing. Not to leave out the older people. They're great.
Well,
too,
I have to admit, because I did sound for the school concert last year at GH, and I have to admit there was quite a few kids there last year that had some talent.
Yeah,
they were definitely up and coming.
Yeah,
so
and they grow.
Yeah, so. and like this year we'll see an improvement again. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So well, let's listen to some music. Let's listen to Taste with I Am God. As Pino just sort of went, I am God. No, Pino, you're a drummer.
Pino, can I just say,
yes,
before you hit play,
commercial
radio stations wouldn't play this. And you have a listen to this, guys, because they said it was too. The same stations that play Metallica wouldn't play because they said it was too heavy. Now you have a listen.
Really?
Yeah. You have a listen to this.
Well, we play it here on the Muso channel.
Yeah, baby.
Give me credit when it's due. You found me, but I found you. You uncovered more to me, exactly what I let you see. I become your secret dream. I can make you wanna scream. Question purpose, all you want. Just give me your favorite one. I am God. I am God. From the desert of Naim to the Hindu temples of Angkor, they call me the kingdom come. As fathers say there's Jerusalem. The cries on deck and paper mills, desire of the everlasting hills. The question mode of trouble. Give me all your favorite blood. I am God. I am God. Texas in 64. I heard the cries of the Persian War. Mugabe's press was St. Gabriel. They begged me not to go to hell. But I am one despite your race. You don't know me, don't know my face. Question outcome all you want. Just give me your favorite blood. I am yours.
Il Cantuccio restaurant has been the home for the best drummers in the world, to the likes of Dave Weckl, Dom Famularo, Steve Smith, Dennis Chambers, John Blackwell, and many more to mention. Il Cantuccio has been dining drummers for over 2 decades, with their home style of cooking, especially their homemade gnocchi. So why not join the list of great drummers and musicians that enjoy to dine at Il Cantuccio? With cozy bluestone and neo-rustic decor, Il Cantuccio is the best place to have the finest Italian food, and you never know what famous drummer you can meet. Call Mario for bookings on 9347 9959. Il Cantuccio, 209 Lygon Street, Carlton.
Now, I have to say, and a big apology, because I can't actually see the screen from where I am, because there's a whole lot of comments coming in from people that are writing up notes and saying g'day and all that sort of stuff. So Pino's actually pulled a couple of names randomly off the actual
Site,
the site, the list, and so on. So say hello to Rory Hollingsworth and Ralph DiQuattro. Now, Ralph DiQuattro, you was Pino. Joey, you were talking about Ralph being a guitar builder as well.
Yes, he makes the exact replica of Brian May, like a really good quality. Good mate of Mick DeLucas.
Well,
Ralphie?
Ralph, I think we might have a chat to you and see if we'll get you on as well. If you're making that guitar, that'd be awesome to talk to you. Teresa Harris, hello.
Hi, Teresa.
Thanks for your comments. Tony Tedesco.
Yeah, love Tony Tedesco. He's a champion.
And everyone's favourite. John Perry, how you doing, mate?
Hey, John Perry.
Glad to have you here listening to us.
Just quickly, Tony Tedesco drove me all the way to Adelaide, Will. I don't know if you remember. I went to Adelaide to see I was going to buy an XR Falcon, except it was crap when we got there. He drove me all the way. He's a fucking champion of a guy, man. Love you, Tony.
Did he send you the bill?
Yes. No, he wouldn't.
Hey, you know what, guys? I was thinking we should do like the Good Friday fund. Every time we mention their name, they should donate $10.
Yes.
You want your name?
Hey, Pino, just mention everybody on the list.
We're going to make a fortune. That sounds like a plan.
It's a plan. If you want your name mentioned, please donate to the Muso channel. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
No, but actually, back on the topic of donations and stuff. If we get donations to the radio station, basically what it helps us with is, like, Pino's put a lot of work into getting this station up and running. And, like, if you look at his desk, it's actually got Band-Aids and all that sort of stuff hanging off it.
One set.
Like, before he was running it, and I'm going, man, you need to get that serviced. It's got crackly faders and pots. And
great setup.
It's a great setup, but some of the gears are just sort of tired, and we need some new gear.
Mate, the operator's tired.
Yeah, I know.
The guest is tired. The guest woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, painted half of his house today.
I have to admit, your house looks really good,
all right,
Joey. It looks really, really good.
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, nice colour. Nice colour. I want to begin talking about the new talent that is in this country. Mm-hmm. So now, because it's a first show, I'm a bit biased in showing off the first talent that's actually going to begin, because it's actually my nephew. But now his name's Gianni Palermo. He goes to Doncaster Secondary College, and he's now 17. But when he wrote this song, he was about 16. And I'll give you a bit of an insight of how he put it together, because I was at the controls, but he basically directed it. Mm-hmm. Right, which is great for a 16-year-old to be.
Is this a track you played?
This is the track that I played in the car.
Very good.
Now, he basically played it and said, this is the basis of the song. Mm-hmm. And then he said, I've got a solo that I'll play over the top of it. So first he played the chords, and I said, okay, well, what we'll do is we'll just get a drum track playing, and we'll get you to play to the track and so on.
Pretty good.
And then from there we laid bass track and so on. And this will give you an idea of what I'm looking for with up-and-coming talent. Now, it can be if you just, say, for example, a classical virtuoso or something like that, great. All it needs to be is you playing classical guitar and playing a beautiful piece.
Or if you're jazz or rock or blues.
Yeah.
Or,
They also could be a full band, yeah?
It could be a full band as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it'd be great if they're young guys, so we can show off our new kids, because one of my aims in life is to actually help new young talent. Yep. So if we can do that with this show, I think it'll be awesome. I've got a few contacts in the music industry that, I can't promise anything, but if we can get public performances from this show where we get enough talent from it, maybe we could do a concert where we do a live show down at Musicland, as Pino was saying, hello, Joe Di Giovanni and Gianni Palermo.
Hey. Pepe. Hello, Pepe.
So now after that interrupt, so if we can get, we could even probably go down to Musicland and do it down at Musicland, because that's I reckon. And speaking personally, I reckon that's the new grain store.
And Will, funny you say that, because speaking of Musicland, they give so much to people that, young and old, that have never had the opportunity to go under lights on a big stage. But they do that, you know. Mick and Kathy are wonderful people.
They're awesome.
Sorry, guys, can I butt in there since
Yeah.
we're on the Musicland scenario?
Go.
Well, the Muso channel is going to Musicland once a month on a Sunday, and we are going to broadcast this live show.
Awesome.
Live show, which is a Jam Night Live.
Yeah.
So definitely get your butts
On a Sunday, yeah.
it's going to be one Sunday a month, and we're going to I'm taking the half of the computer and cameras and everything.
Do you know which Sunday, Pete?
No, we haven't worked that out yet.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about
But it's coming up.
I'm thinking about every last Sunday of the month.
The month, yeah.
And we're actually going to do an hour show, and we're going to showcase the Jam Night, so the bands that get up.
That is fantastic.
That's
So-
awesome.
It's good time for people to. This goes around the world, guys.
Yep.
It's streaming around the world as we speak.
Yeah.
So
Does that mean
Great
we have to
opportunity.
change our Australian accent, Pete, because we're going around the world?
bonjour, comment ça va? We actually got a lot of French listeners.
I'm
Bonjour, ça va très bien.
Guys, I'm speaking Australian now. No worries, mate. Bonza. She'll be right.
Oh, Joey.
That's my Australian accent.
Anyhow, this song, going back onto the topic of the new talent and Johnny Palermo, this song, I've just titled it because he doesn't have a name for it yet. It's called the 11th of February, 2017, because that's the day that it was actually it's not 100% mix. I mean, some of the levels are all over the place, but at least you'll hear it. But this is basically a 16-year-old at the time giving me an idea of how he wanted the song. And I gave him a couple of pointers, but not many. And here is basically the song by Johnny Palermo.
Hey, Will, if you see me yawn, I'm not used to waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then not being able to go back to sleep. That's a weird thing.
But you're a muso, mate. You don't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go to bed.
You're supposed to go to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Rock and roll, man.
So if you know anyone who's up and coming, who's a musician, guitarist, bass player, and they've got promise, please, we're going to have some stuff coming up on the Muso channel website. So send through the songs on that. We'll have some details on there. We'll keep you posted via Facebook. But if you can send that stuff through, it'll be absolutely awesome. So we can actually promote these up and coming guys. It'd be great to have a show where we've got these guys with a live band playing, and they can actually, show off basically, and get them started in the music industry. Because
a beautiful thing.
Oh, speaking of, one thing I wanted to ask you.
The music industry.
The music industry.
The music industry. Well,
yeah. Can you get what's the goss about like countdown, behind the scenes stuff that people don't know?
Countdown. Oh, that was a bit too high. Countdown. Georgie Brown, my mate Georgie Brown, great drummer. And
David Gaskell. How you doing, David?
David Gaskell, Georgie Brown. How are you, Georgie? Hi, David.
And we're being told by the producer
the number is...
we have to call. Oh, you can call us. By the way, I've still got some strings, and I've got a string winder and a guitar tuner.
Now, Will, do you say 0412 or 0? 0412 376 848.
848. Where am I tripping, man?
Will got it wrong, Tripper. 0412 376.
My glasses are fogging up because I'm next to Joey Amenta.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. Now, call in. Someone, please, call in. And you'll get a packet of strings or a string winder or on the headstock tuner.
They come in handy, string winders, tuners.
Yeah.
I've got about 20
given to us by GH Music to hand out for the show. Yeah.
Good on you, GH.
So now, back onto Countdown.
Countdown, Will. Well, that was kind of where it started for me. Where it started for a lot of Australians.
Did you compare the show as well?
I compared the show when I was the tender age of just around 17 years of age. Might have even been 16 up, around 17.
So how did you score that gig?
Well, they rang the manager, guy called Chris Nolan, and said, we want him to compare in a couple of weeks. So do you want to know how I did? And the first 5 years they threw all the tapes away, so I have not got any record of me comparing. But apparently I looked very, very frightened. I was like this, Pino. My mouth was like this. No. But the day that I compare Countdown, Stars, I think All 55 made their TV debut, and I think Stars made their TV with Quick on the Draw. Well, she's quick on the draw. Yeah, she's quick. I was like cowboy country rock band. And so it's like first time I ever met Wilbur. Renee Gale was on that show. There were a lot of people on that show, and I was very, very, very frightened. But, being a kid,
Now, can you repeat that story that we were having over pizza before?
Which?
The one about the truck.
The truck. That's a view. I've got to tell the listeners and viewers about the truck story. So there we were. I was about 17, and Virgil, drummer Virgil Donati.
So you were on the road with Taste?
Yeah, we were on the road, and Virgil Donati of drumming fame.
Who's that?
Mr. Virgil Donati. I've heard that name before. Anyway, of drumming fame. He and I decided to jump out of the hire car and go with the road crew, and a couple of the road crew went in the hire car. So there we were with the, now he's passed away, John Laffey, who was a really beautiful person. He was pretty young himself, but older than us, obviously, and he's driving this 4-ton truck. And we pulled into Albury, and it was about 8 o'clock at night, and he filled it up and left the keys in the ignition. I can't believe he did that. Anyway, so he went in and paid for the petrol. And while he's paying, I said to Virg, I was sitting in the middle, and I said, I can drive this thing. And he goes, oh, you cannot. And I went, you want to make a bet? And he goes, you can't drive this thing. So off I went, Pino, onto the driver's seat, started it up. This is where my car, I'm a freaking rev head, man. That's my problem. So even at anyway, so I remember this huge big gear shift on this F, whatever it was. It wasn't an F350, it was bigger than it. Anyways, I remember crunching it in the first, and I let go of the accelerator while John, the roadie's still in the petrol station, and I took off. And I got to this roundabout, and all of a sudden,
oh no,
the cops behind me. And, oh, man, I was more frightened than comparing Countdown.
You were more frightened from your dad.
Hey, all I could think of was Paolo here. All I could think of, my father was going to kill me, right? And this policeman, came out. And, well, I got out. He looked at me. He goes, what are you? I said, oh, it was a dare, I just wanted to show him that I could drive. He said, you are probably going to get in serious trouble for this, blah, blah, blah. And nothing ever happened. Yes.
So you're still waiting for the cop to send the summons?
Yeah, and so poor old Powell, I never heard about that one.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, now, speaking of Virgil.
Yes.
You had a reunion with Taste not long ago.
Yes, well, yeah.
And Virgil got up and played again.
Yes.
What was that like?
At the Ding Dong Lounge. That was, like I said to you before, it was like... we had never left, the four of us, because we worked together so much. We rehearsed so much. We spent so much time on the road in motels and playing. And it was exactly like we were 17 again. It really was. It was exactly the same. Yeah.
So
incredible.
Good. It was just like stepping back in time.
Stepping back in time, yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's actually, now that you say that, I remember jamming I filled in with a band a long time ago that I played with for a while. Hadn't played with for a long time, and it's a weird feeling, isn't it? You get back in there and it's like even you may have not have played those songs for so many years, and then you get there and you go, oh yeah, and just before you go to that solo, you go, oh crikey, but it comes out. It
comes out. You know what, Will? It's kind of like when you see people you haven't seen, old school buddies, and you go, oh, or old friends that I was like it doesn't matter, we haven't seen each other for 20 years. You're still, like you never left. You just take off from where you left. It was like that. It was really good.
We have to say hello to Mick from Musicland.
Mickey! Mick. Hey, Mickey Rahodas, you little ripper. You're the man that does so much for musicians, like I said before. Well, as you know, as Pino knows.
And as I said years ago, remember years ago you would go to for me it was like King Street was I was underage too. Yeah. You'd go down to King Street and you'd walk into it was really more so the grain store because you had Tina Arena and Network and Virgin with Network and all those guys and
Jack Jones,
Southern Suns and all that sort of stuff. And then it disappeared. Now it's a strip joint.
Yeah,
And
years later,
for me, I reckon the place to go is Musicland.
Good on you,
Mickey. It is the actual place.
It's the only spot to go.
The sound, the sound that you guys
actually talking about the light
caboodle, the venue.
Just quickly, Musicland just spent a fortune on a new digital disc, mate.
Yeah, and I saw a picture of that.
I've had the pleasure to play around with that, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I believe Rory Hollingsworth, who wrote in before, is mastering it really well, Pete.
Yeah.
And can I just say a little joke that Mick and I, because we're both Faulkner, right? Musicland's 5, I've lived in Faulkner 50. And every time he rings me, he says, how's the second best guitarist? and I say to him, nah, you got that wrong, Mickey boy. I'm the first best guitarist. You're the second. And we've got this ongoing joke. But anyway, Mick's a great guitar player, a great ambassador to what we're talking about, what you're doing here, Will.
Yeah.
He's a great ambassador for music.
Definitely. Yeah. And also, guys, I forgot to tell you guys, but he hasn't got Facebook or anything. Good friend of mine and a great friend of yours, I think. It says hello and good luck to the show, Will Smith. Will Smith, there you go, Will Musig. Will Smith, I wish. But Mr. Ray Smith.
Oh, Ray.
I was telling him about your show and he's like gave me the thumbs up. So like,
Ray
the guys,
Smith. Ray Smith. For people who don't know who Ray Smith is probably the guy who Oh man, he's taught so many guitarists that are big time players today,
legend.
you know. And
You're a legend,
actually, I've got to
Ray.
tell you a story about Ray Smith. I used to play at La Mirage many years ago with a house band with Dominic Piras and
Joe on
Exchange
drums,
with Joe and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a night that I wasn't there, and I used to get Ray to fill in for me, right? And it was when Funky Town was out.
Mhm.
It was like a resurgence of it, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was playing, we were playing it, and I really rocked it out with the tune, you know. And that particular night, everyone turns around and goes, "Oh, okay, we're going to play Funky Town." They looked at Ray and said, "Oh, Ray, do you know Funky Town?"
Ray knows everything.
And Ray just turns around and goes, "Oh, I think I can have a go at it."
Yeah, I bet.
And he played that tune and absolutely nailed it, note for note.
Legend.
And it's like incredible,
Mm.
absolutely incredible. So,
Hey, we've got a message from Graham Allen who wants to know about my twin brother Caspar Gomez. Hey, I tell you now.
I've got to ask you, what is this Casper Gomez thing?
Every now and then, you know, I decide to, you know, just play a little bit of a joke on that silly old Facebook. And Casper, you know who Casper Gomez is? He's the Colombian drug lord in Scarface.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Casper Gomez, the guy they throw off the helicopter, the guy they hang off the helicopter. And Al Pacino goes, "I never liked that piece of shit anyway." That's Casper Gomez. And hey, Will, I put his photo up, right? And everyone was deleting me, thinking, "Who is this guy?" So somebody said, "You better put your photo up." So I put my photo up next to the name Casper Gomez. And my partner's.
I thought you just wanted to become a Latino.
No, one of my partners, I'd love to be I'm close, Italian Latino. And one of my partner's sons said, "Mum, why does he do that?" It's just a bit of fun. But the thing is, you need to know, guys, if you change your name on Facebook, you can't change it for 6 months. So I'm Casper Gomez for 6 months.
Casper Gomez.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you Casper from now on.
Casper the Friendly Gomez, Willie.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start promoting next week because we're getting close to the end of the show.
Will, I know you're getting close to the end of the show and all that, but we're kind of having a bit of fun, and it's your first show. You know, I'm happy to.
I'm
happy to go a little bit further.
Continue. Thanks,
go
Dad.
Pete, we can go
love
on.
you, Daddy.
Thank you, Uncle
I'll take
Pino.
the rubbish out all week for you, Daddy.
Now, also, guys, it is the first show, and it always goes a bit faster than we think.
Yeah.
And not only that, I think not now. Before we close off and all that, I think we're going to get Joey and you guys jamming again.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we need a drummer too.
Yeah, only if you play drums, Pete.
I'll
Yeah,
play
you have
drums.
to play drums.
I can play because they won't see me.
I have to admit, thank you, Pino, for one, giving me the opportunity to do the show.
It's all good.
I have to admit, mate.
Yeah, and thanks
Pino,
for having me.
Pino rang me about 15 minutes ago before the show and said, "Will you come on the show?" No, he didn't. No.
I was actually going to do the show, then I realised, shit, I don't know nothing about guitar.
Guitars. And, you know, Pino's asked me to come here about 10 times.
Actually, can I tell the story? This is a true story, guys. I've asked Joey 10 times for the last year and a half to come on the show. Yeah, Pino, we're going to do it. Will gets his first show. Look who's on show on the first show.
Hey, Pino.
Joey Amenta.
Yeah, but it is
And
guitar
I've got
talk.
I've got
I don't know anything about drums.
Hey, we're actually going to plug Taste, actually.
Guys, just so you know, on the low, I've got a few guys that I'm aiming to get on the show. There's a couple that I've already spoken to that are keen to come on the show. So the show's based on, I want to try to get some of the big time players, some guys that do theatre, you know, so they can talk about what it's like doing theatre in, you know, the big show. I'm talking the big shows, you know.
Nice.
Some guys that are doing all the big, you know, the TV stuff. And,
beautiful.
And, you know, I'm also, I don't want to just limit it to guitarists because guitar is also bass, like I'm holding here.
Yeah, mandolin, violin.
So,
all sorts of
I'm gonna get some bass players on as well. There's one bass player who I'm working with on the weekend, and I'm gonna ask if he'll come on as well. And if I'm not gonna name the name yet, but if he says,
can I name him?
No,
no. Hey, Will, and do you know that
No.
Mick DeLuca made a bass for George McArdle of Little River Band fame? George McArdle, I believe, invented the And can I tell you that little help us on its way? And can I tell you a quick fact, Pino and Will?
Sure.
That they asked Carlos Santana who he would have in his dream, which players that he could from all around the world, and on bass he picked George McArdle.
Wow.
And George McArdle is a phenomenal bass player who owns every bass ever made, and he
doesn't own mine because my
no, because yours the one off.
us.
But he reckons Michael's bass that he made for him is the best bass that he owns, and he plays it all the time. He's on
Wow.
YouTube. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds like I'm plugging Michael, but I guess I am plugging Michael.
Look,
but,
well, Michael's going to be on
they're
next
great
week,
instruments.
so we're going
can
to
I
have
come
Mick
too,
on.
Will, next week with Mick? Can I?
I thought we
Please, can
were going to get that was it.
Oh, is that it?
I
Never
thought that
mind.
was it. That was
all right.
no. All right, we'll get you
Pino,
back on.
can I come on the drum
We'll
show?
get you-
I'm gonna
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Oh,
Your invitation expired.
this is double mutiny.
No.
I'm taking
All
my
right,
ball
all
on
right,
my
you
back.
can-
I'm going.
You can come on again and you can
Yeah, I
play
wanna
the
come-
guitar,
Oh, beautiful.
All right.
Thanks, Will.
but we won't give you a mic.
No, that's all right. I don't need
No, actually, that won't work because you'll play the guitar over
Yeah,
the
I'll
top
just,
of us.
you know what I'll do, Will?
Uh,
speak through. I'll do this, Pino.
He's going to do.
Oh, hello. I'll use that for a mic.
Oh, Joe.
Hey, we're not even smoking anything.
Joey. Oh, you're a crack up, mate.
Yeah.
So look, next week we're definitely going to have Mick DeLuca on, and Joey's going to come back as well. Will you come? Hey, hold on, I'll make it. Hold on. Hey, Joey, would
Does
you
that
come
mean
back next week
I'd love to.
with Mick
thanks.
DeLuca?
I would love to.
That'd be awesome if you did,
Oh.
mate.
I will actually bring Mick in my car, or maybe his.
Hey, guys, does that mean I have to take my drum kits out?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm already
You
getting
have to
kicked out.
Yes.
The drums are getting kicked
Get
out.
rid of the drum
I'll
kits.
tell you, just one of Michael's guitars won't fit in here unless you move these drums. He's big jazz.
Hey, have we got
Jazz
enough
guitar.
mics?
I got plenty of mics. Don't
Okay.
worry.
We got mics. Don't worry about that.
Have we got enough chairs?
We got enough chairs.
We got
Okay.
enough chairs. We got enough coffee, Pete.
Mate, we got the machine there. Not
Yeah.
a problem.
Coffee. Yeah. that's
Pino
good.
makes a really good coffee.
Just while you guys are on there,
He presses the button to make the coffee.
Good espresso.
Yeah.
it's the way I push the button is the
Yes.
answer.
That's the thing.
Now, when I push that button, it's with love. That's why.
Mhm.
David James says, great show, guys. You's all rock, Joey.
David is one of my students. He's becoming really, really good on that guitar.
Hey,
Yeah.
have you got any, David? Have you got anything recorded that you can send in?
I think he might have actually.
Yeah.
Also, we got Graham Allen saying, this is a great show.
Good
Lots
day,
of
Graham.
laughs.
Awesome.
Cool.
Today, great.
That's
Yeah.
what
And that's
wanna
what we
hear.
want.
That's
That's-
exactly
yeah.
what we want to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if somebody, actually, we should have a joke segment, but it's a muso joke segment.
Yeah.
And
I
it
got-
can't be, go on.
I've got one.
Yes, what,
Don't
Pete?
tell me it's the one about the like lobe.
No.
No.
Did you hear about the drummer that locked his keys in the car?
No.
It took him 2 hours to get the guitarist out.
Oh, is that right? Is it, Pino?
That's right.
Well, you've heard it. You've heard the joke.
Will's
about,
not even laughing.
Look at Will. Have you heard the joke about the musician labourers? Haven't you? The drummers. Whoa. Now Pino's all up. Everything went silent here. Drummers don't like that. But, well, they are the building.
Crikey, those jokes are as old as the hills,
I
man. It's
know.
like the one when you know when the drummer eyes are straight because the drummer's dribbling from both sides of his
All
mouth.
right. So we're doing guitar and drum jokes at the moment. Hang on.
Let's get ready to
Oh,
Sorry, guys. I get excited now.
crikey.
I must admit, I'm getting excited. I'm free to do all this stuff, so it's all good. Anyway, back to you guys. Sorry.
Okay. I reckon we could listen to another song.
Yes.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
idea.
What we got there?
A song that tasted. Gee, there's a bit of a taste here tonight, isn't there?
It's a bit of a taste.
Yeah.
Life on Earth.
It's a song called Life on Earth. And, well,
Another Ken Murdoch spectacular. He's very, very underrated talent in this country.
Very much.
Very much. He is an incredibly talented man, Mr. Ken Murdoch.
I have to admit the video clips on these on YouTube are awesome.
And he had a lot to do with that. And
Yeah.
he produced all of this album.
Awesome.
And he has been my friend since I was 15 years old. And I love him. He's a brother. I love him. Love you, Kenny.
The whole band's amazing, guys. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know it's off the subject, but I got to take my hands off, to Damien Corniola for filling those shoes of Virgil Donati.
How good is he?
Amazing.
He's a great drummer.
Awesome.
How good? He's just strong.
He's unbelievable. But anyway, I had to put that in. I have to defend us drummers.
I've got a question for you. How many times did you guys have to punch the information with the drummer?
This is the song. Here we go.
Oh, well, Damien never end. Punch after punch after. Damo!
Like animals, it's the way I got animals. Life on earth, why can't there be life on earth? Treating us like animals, it's the way I got animals. Big when I lie in my bed, all the people I knew are dead. What did they need? Can they see? Conclusions are now rotting in the ground. My watch doesn't tell me my name. My CDs are all still the same. I just don't give a damn if I'm with the man who once told me that I'd never be famous as I am. Like animals, speaking just like animals. Life on earth, treated just like animals, so we act like animals. Mentions a woman as well. He is wealthy as far as he tells. Doesn't know what 3D screen. He doesn't know what fashion scene. A girl sits in someone called misery. She thinks of all the money she made. She passes by the shooting sky, always wondering why the country doesn't clean the streets where her friends she meets are. Why can't there be life on earth? We're treating us like animals. It's true, we act like animals. speaking just like animals. Like water, still you treat like animals, treating us like animals. Like laws, like water, treat people like animals, start acting just like animals.
Now, that was recorded, Joey, you were just telling me, that was recorded in the garage on Pro Tools.
That's true, Will. It was recorded in the garage of Ken Murdoch in Sunbury on his Pro Tools.
Now,
Yeah.
that says a lot because that's an international release, right?
Yeah.
And that goes to show you that this up-and-coming talent that I'm trying to promote with the young kids that are going to hopefully send their tracks to us. Now, by the way, I talk to a lot of schools weekly. So every head of music that I'm talking to, I'm asking them, do you have any kids that have got talent? I mean, look, there's a lot of kids with varying talent. What we're looking for is the kids that really want it.
That's the passion.
Because that's the difference. Like,
The passion.
I remember years ago, many years ago, I was, oh man, this is going back. It's even patchy because it was like, it's one of those things where you just like, oh, really? Did that happen? I remember when because I was playing guitar and singing and I was young, and I would have probably been about 16, 17. And I had this, I won't say names so that the guys that don't get their names out there and stuff. But I remember this guy who came up to me and said, oh man, you're awesome. We're going to make an album. And I went in the studio, did all this work with him and stuff. And then in the end, he said to me, are you ready for it? Do you want to make it? And I go, yeah, big blue eyes. Oh, wow, I want to make it. And in the end, nothing happened, right? But that was the industry back then.
Yeah.
Because the industry was really dictated by the record labels.
Yeah, that's
Whereas
right.
now,
It's different.
it's
now.
different.
Totally different.
You can actually break it. Like, who was the band that was on some awards? And they turned around and said, we'd like to thank the record labels for not signing us up. And they basically turned around and said, at the Logos or something like that, they just basically rammed it up all the record labels' backside and said, suffer,
Yeah.
we did it without you,
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
that's right. That's how it is now.
Catherine from
Music
Land.
Love you, Kath.
Hello. Yes. Thank
Love you,
you.
Catherine.
Thank you for sending us a little message. Thank you.
And my gorgeous partner, Kari's daughter, Linda Jane Loft, says hi to me. That's
Oh,
hi, Linda. I love you. Lynn, I'm not allowed to call her Lynn, so I'll do it now. Hi, Lynn. No, she'll be hating that. I know you'll be hating that, Linda. And she's got a gorgeous, my partner has just become a grandmother. She's got a
is that why you
gorgeous-
got a ball patch on the back of your head?
Yes, because I'm Papa Joe now, they call me.
I thought that was the thumbprint.
No, no, it's Papa, you buggers. Papa Joe, I'm known as now, to little Hugo.
Papa Joe.
Linda and Andrew's son.
Papa.
Hi, Linda.
I'm going to call you Papa Joe.
Papa Joe Casper.
Oh my
Papa
God, what have I
Casper.
done now? Oh no.
Papa Joe Casper Gomes.
Oh no, I've created Papa Joe.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that is funny.
I didn't create it. they
Papa Joe
created it.
Qatar.
Hey, let's get someone. What's your phone number again, Pino? I've got to memorize this number. 0412 376 848. Go on, Joe. You call it out now.
0412 376 848.
And
Ladies and gentlemen,
if you call in now, you get one of these.
there you
It's
go.
a string winder. Do you want to do the
You know, Well,
the Price is Right
yes.
thing for that?
If somebody I know, I need a string winder. So if somebody I know calls in and gets this, they could donate it to me, and I could use it when I cut my strings.
I actually picked up one that you can cut the strings with it as well. So
yeah, normally they just have the tuner.
So if
thing.
someone wants to call in,
Winder, I should say.
you know what it is? I think everyone's scared to call in because they're scared of hearing themselves on the radio.
No, that's not true, Will. Sorry. What it is the people actually enjoying the show.
Oh,
And what happens is they're enjoying the show and they don't want to disturb it, and they're happy to listen and have a laugh.
yeah,
It's a good thing.
yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah.
And Will, we were talking before about the industry and stuff. We have a lot of laughs and stuff, but playing is a serious thing, and it is a business. We were saying
Absolutely.
hours ago over a pizza. Will was saying it is a business like any other business. And the business of making music, it brings enjoyment to a lot of people. I've been playing since I was 15, and I am a true believer that dues, somewhere along the line you pay your dues. I think I've paid my dues, and my dues are now coming back to me. I've never been as busy as I am at the moment, and it's truly a great thing.
I've got a question for you, Joe.
Yeah, Pete.
And you definitely paid your dues, mate, and well done. And I'm a great fan of your playing. I love seeing you play.
Pino. That means a lot.
And you can sing well too, man. I tell you.
Thanks,
I like.
Pino.
But talking about you playing and singing, I was actually at the launch at the Taste when you launched the album
at the Ding Dong
Lounge.
Yeah.
And it was great to see you guys, and it was fantastic. But also, you guys reunited with Virgil Donati on the band, and you actually played together.
Yeah.
And that was last time you ever played together. What was it, 40 years ago, 30 years ago?
Yeah. 30 years.
How was that for you guys?
It was amazing. It was just really exciting, Pino. It was like, we just took off from where we left off back then, really.
Can I ask something? Was that unrehearsed, or that was just on the spot?
Well, no, actually, it's funny you say that.
Sorry.
No, we did a rehearsal at my place.
Yep.
And it was so funny. Virgil rocked up in this clapped out old Datsun. I was like, where'd you get that car from? And he went, I don't know. Someone's saying it. So it was pretty funny. But yeah, again, see, having the laughs. But then when we get down to playing music,
the behind the scenes.
I make people, I don't know what it is, but everyone laughs. My whole life I'm used to people laughing at me. I'm a joke or whatever. But the only time they don't laugh is when I play that guitar. So it's the business end. So we got to say hello.
Yeah, we've got to say hello to Joe Yamuni.
Joe Yamuni, God bless you.
Joe's coming on soon as well.
God bless you and Suze and Marcel. You're the most beautiful family.
Awesome guys.
They are the most beautiful family, the Yamunis. Love them to death.
All right, guys, I was thinking,
what?
I think it'd be a great time to you guys have a bit of a jam.
Yeah, all right.
Play some music.
Would you like some apricot with that? Or?
Man, I never, ever say no to a jam.
Well, you got your guitars, you got your bass here. I thought it was only fitting. You
always
play.
up for a jam.
We've got about 9 minutes left to the show. Sorry, guys, but we're running over.
Let's do it. What a good idea.
Okay.
Well, I reckon if you hit a G and I do this.
A G. Okay.
I'll start it like this. I'll go 1, 2, 3. We'd like to welcome Mr. Pino Bertolini on drums. Get ready to stop, guys.
Further on the road, someone's gonna hurt you like you hurt me. Further on the road, someone's gonna hurt you like you hurt me. Further on the road, baby, you just wait and see. You know it's true just what they say. What you reap is what you sow. You know it's true just what they say. What you reap is what you sow. Further on the road, come on, baby, you just see.
Mr. Will Musig on the bass guitar. I see you laughing, pretty baby. One day soon you'll be crying. That's the way it goes. I see you laughing, pretty baby. Someday soon you'll be crying. Further on the road, you just wait and see. Further on the road, 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 baby. You just wait and see. Yeah, yeah. Further on up the road, yeah. You just wait and see. Last one, boys.
Yeah.
Further on up the road, Willie.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was good fun.
That was pretty good for
It was.
unrehearsed.
That was good fun.
Yeah.
That was good fun.
What key was that in?
That was on Vader Drumsticks 5B key.
5B. Guys,
Actually, can I just? It's a quick one. This is a true story, guys. I won't name the singer, but I was playing this gig once. Anyway, I was filling in. This singer was filling in and got up and sang a few songs. Anyway, she said this song and she goes, the guitarist goes, "What key is in it?" She goes, "Oh, I think it was in G." Anyway, let's say it was the key of G. And this is no lie. I mucked around. I was looking around in my stick bag and I go, "I don't have my E sticks with me." Yeah. And she goes, "Oh, that's okay. We'll do another song." True story, mate. I dropped on the ground.
When we go off air, I'm going to get Pino to tell me who that was. I promise I won't tell.
I'm not allowed to tell, mate. So,
that's funny.
Anyway.
That is funny. So, now, actually, I've got a funny story about gigs like that. We had a singer. Oh, they were picking on singers. Now, look, I'll never forget. This is going back a long time ago. It was one of the first bands I played. It was actually the first band I played with, and we were all kids, right? Anyway, the singer at the time wrote the set list. And when she wrote the set list, the first song of the set, she wrote out all of these different tunes on the first set. So she wrote 4 copies, but she mixed up the actual first song. I don't know how she did it. And the drummer counts in 2, 3, 4, bang, we go into the song, and I've gone into another difference, and it was like 4 songs at one time, right?
Oh, I love that.
It was 4 songs.
Oh,
We played, no joke, we played this song for about 4 bars, right?
Yeah.
4 solid bars
Yep.
of looking at each other going,
It's hard
"You're
to
playing,"
do that.
looking at everyone going,
You
"You're
know how
playing
hard
the
it is?
wrong song. What are you
it's-
doing?"
That's really hard to do. In the duo, sometimes we do that, Harry and I. Like I'll start a song and he'll do another song, and I find that so hard to do. That there's a certain art to that, Will.
You know what I did straight after it?
What?
I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, that song there, we just wanted to see who in the crowd knows what song it is." So
We got, hey, look at this.
we got Grant Tobin. Hello,
Yeah.
Grant. And we got Faulkner's Pete Townsend.
That's Grant Tobin.
Ah.
Grant Tobin's Pete Townsend.
David James also says, "Awesome, that's helping me get through the night shift."
Yeah. Poor old David works at the docks. He's a dock man.
We got Michael DeLuca also saying, wow, how about one of Joey's songs? Well,
that might be a bit hard, Mickey.
you know what?
You play it and
Can I
I'll see
play?
if I can busk it. I'll get for you.
E, G, C, and there's a D. So it goes, this is one I wrote.
Okay, all right.
This is one I wrote when I was thinking about my true love.
Actually, guys, before we do that,
Okay.
you want to use that song for the outro?
We'll use that song for the outro.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
I know.
And
Listen,
it gives
guys,
me a
I
bit
know,
more time to panic over it and have a panic attack over it.
you know, no, we're having fun, guys, and it's been great.
It's been good fun.
I know we can be here all night,
Yep.
but we need to call it.
Yep.
Which is kind of good. But also, I'd like to say congratulations to Will Musig and kicking off the first show
Good
of
on you,
Guitar
Will.
Talk. Awesome
Thank you.
stuff
Yeah.
and
Thank you.
pretty cool. And you're born natural, mate, for the radio, I tell you.
You are.
Not like me. They say I've got head for radio, but yeah, well done, Will, and
Yeah.
congratulations. And
Thank
I
you.
think it's a great show. And thank you to Joey Amenta for coming in. too. It's
Joey,
really appreciate-
thank you, Joey.
appreciate
You're a
it.
legend, mate.
Thanks,
You're a legend.
Thanks, I'm honoured to
Yeah.
be on your first show.
No, you're welcome, mate.
It sounds like you're going to be on the second show too.
He's wrangling his way in between the shows.
Well, can I just come in every?
You're not on the following week because the following week I'm going to get the Yamuni boys in.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, anyway. Now, next week I have Mick. I'm going to recap this. So we've got Mick DeLuca on. Now, Mick's going to talk about his guitars, and we're going to have Joey back. Will you come back, Joey?
Yes, I'd love to.
Okay. We're going to have Joey back. We're going to have, hopefully there'll be someone who'll send a couple of songs. If they don't, I'll have another one of my nephew's songs because he's actually bought Logic and he's using Logic now at home. So he's doing a whole lot of tracks for himself. So, which is awesome.
That's a good thing.
So, which is what we need. We need more. Actually, you know, I made a comment to someone the other day. If you look at On the Green right now, you've got bands like Noiseworks and you know all the big bands of the 80s and 90s, right?
That's right.
They're all doing the big tours and stuff.
Yeah.
And back then it was like bang, new band, bang, new band, bang, new band.
Yeah.
And all the albums had hits, like multiple hits.
It's on. Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, where's all that gone?
No,
You know?
it's not.
And it's all this electronic. I mean, I know we've got to move with the times and stuff, but
Yeah,
you know, if someone could just write something that's
yeah, I know.
good.
So-
Oh, I didn't say that, did I?
No,
No. Look, there are a lot of good artists out there, but I mean, you know, I still listen to the 80s stuff, 80s
Yeah,
and 90s.
yeah,
You know, that's what
yeah.
I grew up with. Anyway, back onto the show. The following week, we're going to have the Yamuni boys on. We're going to have Marcel and Joe Yamuni.
Yeah.
So Marcel and Joe.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
What are you laughing about?
Sorry, I got to butt in again.
Yeah,
Why? Because I've been trying to get Marcel Umuni on the show for about a year on John Talk Radio. And there you go, third show in. Marcel Umuni's in.
coming in.
I'll
See
tell
what
you-
happens.
you know
See what happens when you turn.
I'm giving up, guys. That's
see,
it.
Peter?
I'm just going to produce.
What happens when you do guitar talk? You know, can I just say that Marcel is? I was
I
driving
love
home.
Marcel.
I was driving home one night, and on the radio was this interview, and it was Marcel, and they played one of his tracks, and I texted him and just said, Marcel, yeah, the guy is phenomenal. He's
He's
just-
amazing. I reckon he's
Yeah.
the most multi-talented muso in this country.
I don't know.
I mean,
how
you
far-
hear him play the drums, you hear him
Man.
play bass, and then guitar. It's like, whoa!
He is incredible. You
Oh.
are, Marcel.
Yeah, he definitely is. And also, Aldo Russo?
Otto.
No, Aldo.
Oh, Aldo.
Aldo.
There's an old.
Well, he's
friend
gone.
of mine.
He just said, great show, guys. Pasta's on the
Thanks,
table and drinks are nice and cold.
Oh, that's mate. What I do for a can of Coke, right? That'd be nice.
Aldo Lepelt says, come on, Joey, a little rendition of Tickle Your Fancy.
Ah. That's exactly how it goes, Will.
Are you joking?
With a wink of your eye, it's yours if you try. Shake your hip a little harder. But you know that one thing's for sugar. Never wanna meet your father. Give it to me.
Lord, set me free. Come on, give it to me. Set me free. Now we go to the B. At Ace fast pace, we're ahead of the race, and we tickle everybody's fancy. Wet, neat, discreet, we're made of concrete, and we tickle everybody's fancy. Yeah, you. It's a bit late at night for that one. Whoa. Well, there you go, Otto.
Well done, guys.
There you go.
All right.
So basically, I'm going to wrap it up because we've actually gone over time and people want to go to bed. I think, don't you reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon. Yeah. So everybody, thank you very much for listening in. We had a great night.
Fantastic.
Look, the show's organic. We basically, I've got an idea of what I'm going to do with the show. I don't know exactly where it's going to go, and tonight actually went way better than what I actually thought it was going to turn out.
Pretty good.
So we basically, the whole aim of this show is to have a lighthearted night, get you away from all the pressures of the day and the week and everything. So if you've got friends that are musicians or they love listening to bands and going out to Musicland, and there's another plug for Musicland, going out to venues and listening to bands, and they want to get the up and downs of what's going on in the industry, get them to listen to this show because I'm aiming to actually make this show. I want to make this show the #1 show, not in Australia, but the world.
I know this guy.
Because this show is actually played all over the world. It streams not only in Australia, but in America and the USA.
I've got cousins in Sicily listening. Will, can I just say thank you to all
Can you say it in Sicilian?
Sì, voglio dire, belli auguri a tutti. I just want to say thanks to all my friends for watching, all my friends that have watched and listened. I just want to say thanks very much. And I want to play that song. Look at this, Will. Monday night at 8 p.m.
So on Monday night, we have at 8 p.m. Drum Talk. So, and that's with Pino and a whole bunch of drummers. So,
a whole bunch of drummers. I'm on my own, mate.
Pino, and I won't be there.
No.
I'm not coming.
No.
Because I don't know much about drums.
No.
No, well, I can come along and play guitar one night.
Yeah, one night.
Yeah.
We can have a jam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, if you want, I can come and visit you one night.
And it's a great sound
Just to
in
help
here
you out.
too. It's
Yeah.
a good sound.
I have to admit, the studio is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pino's done a great job.
You know what? If we don't stop, Pino's going to cut us.
Cut us out. He's just going to press the off button and it's going to go.
Can I play a bit of my song for my beautiful partner and for Mickey DeLuca?
You guys play it out, mate. Play it out.
All right, everybody. Next week, 8 p.m. again on Guitar Talk, and we'll have some. We're going to have Mick DeLuca and Joey Amenta again, and we'll have I don't know. I'll have some more gags and more stuff happening next week. Look forward to it next week. And also, when's the show start with Liz again?
17th of April, we got On the Mic.
On the Mic.
Hosted by the Vocal Art Studios.
Yep. And thank you to GH Music tonight for donating the strings and stuff. And also to Musicland for helping out with the music industry with what they're doing. They're fantastic. And Joey, let's do your song.
Yeah, and I'm turning the guitar around this
so
way.
I can see what he's doing.
So Will can see the chords and it goes
because
like
we're
this.
doing this blind.
B, G, C. Here we go. This is for my darling girl, Kari. I can see where all my future lies in front of me. Now I know. Won't you hold me close for just once more? I need a remedy for you. Find me a remedy. Heart needs a remedy for love. Find me a remedy. I let go, 'cause all the things that glitter ain't always gold. Now I see it's in the melody.
It's in the melody. Good boy, Will. Find me a remedy for love, 'cause I need a remedy. I need a remedy for you. I got a remedy. Hey. Oh, hard to understand you. Repeat it all. You and me were meant to be running free. Find me a remedy. 'Cause I need a remedy for love. Find me a remedy. My heart needs a remedy for you. Find me a remedy. Not bad, Will.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
See you later, everyone.
You're listening to Guitar Talk with Will Musig.